Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier. So, Grimes, you're climbing this tower. You get to a certain floor, the fifth floor. Poke your head through the doorway and see there are 3 gnolls passed out on the ground next to 3 wolves.
And the wolves, I assume, are very much awake.
Nope, they're all asleep.
Backtrack quietly and start tiptoeing back down the stairs.
Make me a stealth check, please.
Nat 11 should be a pass.
You're fine. You proceed to back down the stairs quietly, carefully.
Good dogs. Good dogs.
Oh, hold on. There needs to be modifiers here. It is quiet out, which is -2. Your targets are... No, that's it. You're fine. Okay. Okay.
That being asleep
as well.
A bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not encumbered. Do you have leather or metal armor on?
I have it partial metal, so that'd be -2, I think.
Sure, and you've got some loose gear because you've been like climbing, and you've got harnesses and things that are jingling around. That's still going to be a pass even with all of that stuff. You're fine.
Probably boots as well, but I think that they're unconscious.
So you can
target
slip back down, back to the base of the tower.
Yeah.
And there's a whole crowd of gnolls waiting at the entrance.
No, right. The bottom floors of the tower are
same as before.
The tower would have a great view down the mountainside, right?
Definitely. And as soon as you're back with the rest of the party, I will unveil a large portion of the map for you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought the tower was unoccupied and spooked myself a little, almost tripping over those dogs. I'm gonna head back down. I think the same route I came, so I may need to roll another climb check.
I will need you to make me another climb check. Don't roll a 1.
Yeah, there's no way to use a grappling hook to... Holy shit.
All right, Grimes, you start going down, and you roll
Can
me
I
D100
break my fall
to see...
on a ledge on the way? So I do have a tumbling check.
Give me a D100 to see how far down the mountain you are. So a higher number is better.
It should be D300, right?
D200. I was just going to do a percentage, but...
Okay, I'll just roll a D100 then. 94.
So
this is 10,
so you're 12 feet.
Oh, it's not even.
You're 12 feet above the ground.
It's not even a problem. There's a tumbling check for you.
Okay.
Which is barely a pass. So I reduce falling damage. So I think I take a D6 divided by 2.
Okay, so remember, at the base of this sheer cliff, it's not like flat level ground. It's like a slanted slope. So you tumble, fall, and then you begin to like fall down the hillside. Give me a dexterity check to like reach out and stop yourself from just sliding down the mountain forever.
Okay, but the tumble negated damage.
Correct.
I crit the dexterity check.
All right,
We're
so you
fine.
like
Nobody saw anything.
Grab onto something, but there are rocks falling, and like a lot of noise is made as you loosen earth and things just tumble down.
Oh yeah, and
slide.
I've got like an ice pick, and like normally my gear stays secured, but like as I go clatter to the ground, I'm sure metal rattles against metal and stone and.
Yes.
A small avalanche.
Yeah, snow tumbles and builds, and a small avalanche forms. Rocks are all over the place. You guys down in your camp hear what sounds like an avalanche roaring down a mountainside. It's this like echoing.
Can't be that loud.
I mean, you're pretty close to where the party. It will end up fairly near to the party, maybe 600 feet away from where the party is camped. 800 feet away from the party's camped.
Okay, yeah. So I brushed myself off and
William, it sounded like a natural 1 occurred.
I mean, it's probably not that alarming to us, right? It's not that unusual.
If it actually sounds like a big avalanche, Yaromir's first thought would probably be to like check in on the voices in his head, see if they've gotten angrier.
No, you know what? Since you woke up in the morning, that feeling has grown more distant. Like, you really have to focus on it to notice it.
Okay.
Anyway, Grimes, you managed to make it back to the camp. A little worse for wear. You probably take some extra cold points, but they've got a camp set up, so we don't have to actually go into details there. You
I
make it
compose
back.
myself before reuniting with the party.
Grimes, you made it.
Yeah, I was able to climb to the tower without too much trouble.
So what's up there?
A tower, at least 10 stories tall. I thought it was unoccupied, so I took a look inside. Almost tripped over 3 gnolls, and
That's
2
not so-
dogs, and 2
It's not
wolves.
so bad.
It looked like a scouting. I had just missed a scouting party. And then I will also describe the terrain to the south.
All right, it is revealed.
So what do you think if we head up there tomorrow? Do you think we can take whatever resistance is in there?
It's still early in the day, right? He wasn't gone that long.
That was like half day, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
been like
So we-
3 or 4 hours, maybe 4
So
hours.
I think if we wanted to march straight up the switchback, we could probably get to the tower, but I don't think that's our approach.
But you said you missed
we
the
could-
scouting party. Maybe we can ambush them on the way back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's keep up the ambush for now, then see if they return. If they don't return, then we can assume that there'll be a limited garrison there tomorrow.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan, Captain.
All right.
The tower looks like it has a clear view down the switchback, so I don't think we can approach the tower without alerting whoever's there.
Is there no way we could go the same way you did?
No.
All right.
If you go up the main way, I could coordinate an attack from the rear. And I
I'd
think
rather
that
we all
seems
just-
like a win.
Well, but if you get delayed or the timings don't work out right, or we get ambushed halfway up.
Well, I would beat you there and
Oh, okay.
await your frontal assault. But that's a plan for another day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see
I
if we
need to warm up. Has anyone got any hot cocoa?
got some hot rum.
Oh, yeah. And I will recover my gear and re-encumber myself and rest up.
Okay.
So we wait to try and ambush the returning gnolls, Neal.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll. Yeah.
I worry. Just waiting. The presence was around us has faded significantly. Perhaps it has left. Perhaps Knowles gave it treasure or something. Now it is farther away. Do you guys not feel this?
Would
Just
there be a
shrug.
place to camp heading further up the switchback?
I don't think so. It's right, Neil. Like
I mean, you
3,000
can
feet of
camp wherever you
elevation
want,
game.
you know?
I mean, was there like an area of open space going up that switchback?
The switchback is like 8 feet wide, so you could theoretically put your tent down in the middle of the switchback.
Okay. And I assume it would also like open up and narrow in certain places, so
Yeah.
we'd probably have a decent place to, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably find a 10 foot
I think
wide
Fair
spot.
suggests just starting up toward the tower then, because it might be gone, but either way we should explore the tower.
Yeah, but I think we
That
should
risks so that it's likely that we would be spotted by the tower if we tried to ascend at all.
Are
Yeah,
we
they
covered
know-
right now though? Wouldn't they see the smoke from our tent?
Maybe. Neil,
I think
I guess I didn't ask from the top of the mountain. You said I couldn't see the camp. Yeah,
Right,
I say that I
figured
could.
the party wasn't burning anything in the middle of the day.
wait. No.
You know, I figure you guys only burn fires at night, so...
Yeah, probably, because we are on limited fire. Or no, we're not, because we
You're
can
in the
chop down
woods,
trees.
but like, you know, every
Yeah, but
time
we're
you
trying
gotta
to-
set a fire, you gotta like chop down some trees and chop it up.
That's
and
true.
It's a
Plus,
bitch.
we're trying to
Look,
we're
I've
trying to
spent
set
so
an
long
ambush.
in the cold now. If my nipples aren't always hard because it's freezing, then I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
Can
And if they're not hard, you don't have proper aim on your magic missiles.
Right.
Right, this is how you guys celebrate Christmas. You just like hang ornaments off of Yarmir's chest.
I think that we should stay here. We can make the journey up the switchback easily in half a day. So I don't know what we gain by going up now.
I mean, Grimes could make it alone in half a day. Us carrying supplies with us might be longer.
I still like the prospect of waiting here at the base and ambushing the scouting party when they get back or when they leave. You didn't notice any gnolls coming down the switchbacks today?
No.
No.
They had.
They
I don't
left.
think
They were-
we're going to ambush anything waiting where we are. I think if anything happens, they're going to ambush us.
What makes you say that?
Because we're clearly exposed out here. I don't think the canopy of these trees is going to cover the smoke from our tent.
If they don't return by nightfall, they're not returning at all, and then we're safe to start a fire.
Are they?
So, Neal, looking up the switchback from the base, is there anywhere the Knoll patrol could have gone between here and the tower? Like, so, assuming that Knowles left the tower this morning or whatever it looked like, is there somewhere else they could have gone, or is there just
there was no obvious place, but that doesn't mean that there's not like a little trail that winds off into the woods or behind a canyon or something. But there's nothing clear to you.
Yeah. No, I like just camping here for a while and trying to ambush a Knoll patrol.
Agreed. If they don't return tonight, we'll go tomorrow.
All right, you guys make camp. Mark a day of rations, and we move on to Wednesday the 4th.
1 more HP.
Yeah.
I had a moment.
Oh, do I get 2 HP today? Because it's been...
Because, yeah, you just sat around.
Yeah.
I had a moment like 20 minutes ago where I thought I had made us carry like 5 times as much food as we needed to in terms of pounds. And I remembered it was person days that we needed, not actual days. And I calmed down a little bit. But I almost panicked. I was like, oh my god, I made us carry 400 extra pounds.
No. So then, Ferris, can I actually get you to make me a perception check, please?
Yes.
Oh, but to be fair, though, Sean, 7 days a week, £5 a day, times 5 weeks is 175.
8 weeks.
Okay,
We eat
so
10 pounds a day.
10 pounds a day.
We
it's 10 pounds a
the
day.
4 of us eat 8. Our dogs eat another 2.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
So I got 24.
Yeah. All right. Fire in the booth.
Okay, nothing happens then. It's fine. We go to the next day. It's the 4th of January. Nothing came down the mountain.
Okay.
You know what I'm worried about is that those Knolls are camped out somewhere up the switchback waiting to ambush us.
I mean,
I think we'd be walking into a trap trying to approach the tower directly.
what choice do we have?
Aside from having
Set up
Grimes
these
scout ahead.
woods? Yeah, or, I mean,
Well, we could keep our ambush.
what if Ferris and I take a look around, see if he can pick up any
Grimes and I do have sharp eyes.
tracks?
If we go a little bit ahead of the party, we might be able to spot something before they get a chance to ambush us.
I'm willing to wait another day if you two want to try and scope out any
Oh,
potential.
no. I meant with you traveling a short
what
ways
if we
behind us.
if we range the forest here and see if we can make sense of the Knolls' habits?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Right. Spend another day searching this, like a couple square miles and see if we can pick up any Knoll travel. Or perhaps like a small trail off the switchback that they may have disappeared down.
Very well.
All right.
Okay.
So Yaramir and I stay watching the entrance to the switchback, whereas Faris and Grimes go searching around the woods.
Yes.
Be giving Ferris a hunting or a tracking check.
And you were looking for signs of gnolls,
No
basically?
passage, tracks, or like anything camped out, anything along that
Give
line.
me that perception check, Ferris, and whoever's searching.
That's fair.
Anyone else going with you?
Yeah, I'm there along for the ride, giving us
Grimes.
advantage of the sorts.
As you walk away from the camp, you see, because you're camped under the trees, and there's like heavy snow in the tree below you, above you, and it's been like a couple of calm days. So the area under the canopy hasn't actually had much change to it. And as you're walking away from the camp, you spot what looks like the imprints of small creatures, a small biped that kind of come up fairly close, maybe 30 feet from your tent, and then like vector away from it.
Ferris, come over here.
I'll inspect these. I do have
These
the
look like
tracking
kobold tracks
proficiency.
to you.
Yeah, I want to see if I can identify the types of tracks
Yeah,
these
give me
are.
a hunting or a tracking proficiency.
That's same as perception.
Some guard dogs, eh?
Nope. I think
Yeah, there's definitely one. It's just one single track that kind of like comes up to maybe 30 feet or so, and then like backs out, and then once it gets to like 200 feet away, it meets up with a whole other trail of tracks that's like uncountable numbers of small creatures.
They're clearly not null tracks, right? Like
Definitely
they're
not
much too
null
small.
tracks. Yeah.
Okay. I'm guessing we were scouted in the night by some sort of snowballed would be my guess, but I can't positively identify the tracks. I figure the wind has probably blown them in a little bit overnight, even and they're just it's a little too hard to identify the fine details.
I did roll very good perception checks for your dogs, but they rolled naturals 2s and 3s, so I figured they were asleep when this happened.
Okay.
But I did take it into account before chat rages like crazy.
But this isn't the Knolls. So
It's not the Knolls.
It's a little freaky, but I don't think this is something we need to follow up on.
Okay.
I mean, we'll tell the rest of the party, obviously. But
You scout around, you find nothing else other than this like long line of trails that go, just in case you care, the tracks are headed southward initially, and like the little ones that you found, yeah. So
Okay.
like they're coming, and then one of them goes away towards your camp, and then heads back to the path, which then curves around your camp quite a distance.
are there signs of Knoll traffic coming down from the switchbacks? Like, is
No,
there a
totally not.
And we cover at least a couple square miles around the base of this peak and don't see any other trails.
Yep.
Sounds like we returned to the party that afternoon.
How's it look?
Yep. No signs of anything interesting.
Well, why don't we?
Looks like some kobolds poked around our camp last night while we were asleep. But
I look at the dogs.
The path they
look.
took away did not go like up the mountain, right? They went a different direction.
The small tracks?
he said
Yeah.
they went south.
Yeah, they were like heading like this, and then they kind of slightly went around your party, and then they continued this way.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm not too worried about them.
Yeah,
then.
it's not like they were actually beelining for your party. If Grimes is your campsite, they were actually coming something like this.
Right. And then they kind of like.
Then they like went like
yeah.
that, yeah, and then kept going
Okay.
in that direction.
Why?
That's
Do you think by the light of the ankh and the skull, we would be able to climb the switchback at night?
I mean, I'm not a mountaineer, but Ferris like thinks
was
about
that
the
a-
path being 8 feet in width and says probably.
That might avoid any ambush. I doubt they'd maintain an ambush overnight.
I think how risky is it to climb the switchback in the dark? I guess we've got a soft red glow.
Yeah.
And the ankh as well. As
I'd
much
avoid the
light.
ankh because that's super bright. That's like a beacon in the night. But
Okay. Yeah.
the skull, yeah. I mean, it's. You said it was like 8 feet wide, so the skull would light up the entirety of the path.
Yeah. Yeah? Do we want to warm
I'm
up
fine
for a
with it.
couple of hours and see if we can sneak up on the tower at night?
Yeah, let's do that. I like it. It's a solid plan.
I wear my glowing skull at night, so I can see the path in front of me.
Okay, so that means we're probably gonna burn some wood during the day then.
All right, you warm up over the course of the day, and you proceed up the switchback that night.
All right.
Once again, in the evening, you hear some howling, and your dogs try to return howl. I think William tries to intervene and gets the dogs to
Can
shut
we
up.
muzzle these dogs?
You do not have muzzles with you.
I've got
No.
Why would we want to
That's
muzzle our
cruelty to
dogs?
animals?
You
I
can
guess you're
muzzle
right.
the dogs if you want, but
We're not
what
We need to
muzzling.
get like detachable muzzles or something like that, so
the
like
whole
Yarmir can
point.
keep them on leash and then like loose the hounds when
Well,
on command.
I don't want to muzzle the dogs. That's
yeah,
unfair.
Max is going to be mad at you if you muzzle the dogs.
Yeah.
Promise we
just
treat him nice.
for point of reference, the skull is actually a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Yes, but the path is only 8 feet wide.
Yeah.
All right. You
So-
Wait, it's 30.
proceed-
Oh, you said it was 30-foot radius?
30-foot radius.
Oh, so it's. Oh no, that
it's
makes
much
sense.
larger than you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
big.
it's 60
Yeah.
feet all around.
It's dim, but it's a lot of dim light.
Yes.
You proceed up the path. It takes you many hours to climb, but it's not too difficult. It's actually a nice, like, even slope. Are you taking all of your gear with you? You're taking your sled and everything
Yes.
with you.
Do you think?
I
yeah,
don't.
'cause
I
if
don't
they
want to
steal-
leave that unattended.
If they steal all our food, we'd be fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, just ready to loose William from the yoke.
Also, how much
sign
weight do
of
we have to
trouble.
drop? Nick, before we move unencumbered with the sled?
31.5 pounds. Oh,
Wow.
unencumbered, and another 39 on top of that.
Yeah.
So
you're-
70 and a half pounds.
So we still have a
Sorry.
while to go. Okay.
You
How
are
much?
heading up the mountain. You are lightly encumbered. My gut tells me that pulling a sled up the mountain might be more difficult if it has run. Maybe not. I don't know. Can anyone think of the mechanics of sleds going uphill being more difficult than regular?
It
I
is.
mean,
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
would.
It sounds like a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I mean
I
it's
think
going to
it'd be harder,
increase
but it'd be
as
harder
like,
in the
this-
same way that going uphill already is harder, wouldn't it?
It will.
I mean, if I
Yeah.
had to carry 5 pounds, 10 pounds on my back, if I had to carry a small child on my back or a small child on a sled behind me and pull it up a hill, which would be easier, or would they be about the same?
Sorry, say that again.
I got a
If you-
small child. I can either put them on my back and drag a sled behind me, or I can put the small child on a sled and drag it.
It depends on
behind me
how
while I
steep
go
the
uphill.
slope is.
So the amount of work required is going to be the same regardless.
Don't bust out
But
that
the-
sort of amount of
but
work
there-
in
the-
terms
the-
of joules, because that doesn't apply.
Actually,
here.
I think it'll be less because you're going to be
It's a-
applying less force. Carrying something straight up.
So
Or actually,
you get more
Oh,
force.
no, yeah,
The
yeah.
force will increase with the sign of the
Yeah,
angle
you're right.
or whatever.
But the issue is not about the amount of force. The issue is about the slippage that you get between your steps. Because if it's on you, it's going to be pulling you straight down. Where if it's on the sled, it's going to be like.
right, but we also have snowshoes for that
Yeah.
exact purpose.
I
You know
think
what?
it
We're
will
going to say
sli-
it's fine. We're just going to say it's fine. It's
Yeah.
too much math. Give
It
me.
will be more. Yeah, it will be more.
We'll run
difficult
some
than
physics
level.
calculations between sessions.
It's
I
the
think calling
turning
it
that'd be
difficult
hard.
terrain or something is the way to treat it mechanically, or like reduce our movement rate. Sure. But
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also
don't think we
moderate
need-
weather today, and climbing up, moving through the mountain in the heavy winds that come with moderate weather and the snow, and you got the sled behind you. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and I think at some point the whole party like bands together to like push and pull the sled in combination.
Yeah, I imagine
like,
at every
make it
switchback
go.
we kind of stop and like have to like lift the cart and re-angle
Yeah.
it around the tight corner. Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
the hard
slow going, and we probably make some. Yeah, we're clearly not stealthy about it.
Yeah.
It's fine though. It's like Hannibal coming over the mountains. They'll never see it
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
I think Ferris probably pushes a little bit ahead of the party because he has night vision, and I do remember that I can see further than Knowles in the dark.
Ferris carries our light though, doesn't he?
I
does
assume
Yaramir
I'd
have
probably
it
give
now?
it to Yaramir on account of like I have night vision. I don't need that,
Yeah.
and I can stay stealth if I stay out of light radius.
I will happily carry your brethren's skull with me.
All right.
Ferris like looks a little bit confused and then makes that connection that humans actually put value on dead remains and kind of understands, but does the eye rolling thing and walks away.
All right, you get to the top of the mountain that evening. It's a fairly exhausting work, but you can do it. And when you get to the point where the path comes out, you're maybe 100, maybe like 60 feet from the base of the tower where the ramp stops. You can stop a little bit before that, because I'm sure you have Ferris in front of you seeing where things are, but at the point where it levels out is 60 feet from the base of the tower.
Well, we're in open view now, so I say we make our move as soon as we can. Right? Or at least, I mean,
Sure.
keep an eye on the tower. Does it look like there's any movement?
Are there lights in the tower or smoke?
No. It would be too hard to
What?
see smoke in the middle of the night, but there's definitely no lights.
Are
Why
our
don't we drag
dogs-
this sled
Yeah.
around the back of the tower?
The back of the tower is a cliff.
Just
but,
bury it.
I'm not digging a hole that big right now. We can just park it on
No,
the
there's
first floor.
multiple feet of snow. Just pile snow on top of it. It won't be that well hidden, but I'm sure the snow isn't even everywhere, right? Like there's areas where snow is piled up a little bit higher than other areas.
Yeah,
like we
sure,
could just bury it
fair
in
enough.
snow.
We can even put like the tent over the top, drape the tent over the top of it, and make a snow pile on top of it.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's
Just like pull it
kind of-
off the side of the road as
Yeah.
discreetly as we can. I mean, it's dark, so it's probably the kind of thing where like the sun's gonna
Yeah,
rise and it's
it's
gonna
not-
be super obvious, and
Mhm.
but at least for the next couple of hours, it should be fine.
Yeah.
How long have I been muted for?
I don't know.
You were muted?
Do you have anything important to say?
I don't know. I don't know how long I was muted for.
You mentioned covering the sled.
All right.
Not that long.
Weird.
All right, so we stash the sled and approach the tower, right? I don't
Yeah.
think we're going to get any tower encounters this session.
Wow.
but,
Yeah, it's a
why don't
little
you,
late for that.
You want to take us onward into some sort of cliffhanger, Neal?
Yeah, I think Ferris probably scouts ahead on this one. Like he goes into the tower a little bit ahead of the party, right? He like peeks in through the doors because he can stay like just past the radius of the skull's light and be basically invisible to creatures that don't have night vision.
So,
Are there windows on every floor, Neal?
floors 3 through 10.
Yeah.
You get up to the base of the tower. You can clearly see, even though it's been a moderate day, that the inside of the tower has a lot of movement around it. And Grimes, you can see that all of the spears and all of the supplies that were previously in the base of the tower are gone.
Yeah. There were spears here and other supplies. It looks like the gnolls are out.
Good.
Wonder how they slipped past us.
That's strange, yeah.
Let's explore all the floors on this place.
Yeah. And if they're going to come back, maybe we can set some sort of trap for them. Could we dig a hole in the snow and cover it up or something like that? They'll all fall into it.
Yeah.
With like a bunch
Shame
of...
they didn't leave their spears for us to set up a trap with.
Yeah. No, we could make a big hole with like loads of wood in it, and then Yaramir could cast that burning spell after they all fall in, and then we'll have a null bonfire.
Yeah. So I think Grimes goes in last. I tell Ferris that on the 5th floor, that's where I saw the gnolls sleeping with their guard wolves.
Yeah, and I think Ferris, like, I can see the party all the time, so I probably just, like, stay just a little bit out of the skull's light radius and just kind of keep just a little bit ahead of the party. And
It's a 30-foot radius?
yeah, so I'm probably, like,
So I
40,
think-
45 feet away.
Okay. So I think Ferris first at the edge of the light radius, followed by William Yaramir with the glowing skull, and then 30 feet later, Grimes at the
Yeah.
other edge of the light radius,
Mm-hmm.
hiding.
Okay.
As we
All
enter
right.
the tower.
Well, you begin to climb clockwise up the tower.
Actually, before we start taking the stairs, I want to run back out with Ferris really fast. And I want to cover our tracks going in. And then I want to make a little, like, diverting trail going away from the tower, like, off in the distance somewhere. And then,
Give
like,
me
kind
a
of...
tracking check, please.
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably worth taking the time to do, huh?
Yeah.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh!
Nice. Worth it.
All right. You guys begin ascending the tower. William, are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Excellent.
Unfortunately.
So, the stairs are going clockwise to give intruders, people that have to fight going up, penalties because the shorter side, that like awkward curve, is on your right side. This is why stairs go in certain directions. So anyone that's right-handed wielding a slashing weapon will be at -2.
I just realized I'm ambidextrous. I'm ambidextrous, so I can just
I'm
use
legit
my
actually
saber in my left hand.
That's hysterical.
You're left-handed, and Grimes is also,
Ambidextrous?
he swings both ways.
Alrighty
so this
then.
one.
So we begin ascending the tower, and we will find out what happens next week on the Frozen Frontier.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the cliffhanger.
That's the cliffhanger. God
My
knows
heart's
what's in this tower.
heart's not pounding
Wait.
out of my chest. This is way too.
We should get some XP deal
Oh,
for
yeah.
killing those things.
Are any
Doesn't
of you
matter,
about to
right?
level right now?
You know what we
I
could
don't
do?
want you to level while you're climbing through the tower,
Yeah.
but if no one's
Okay,
close to leveling,
here's-
we can give XP.
Yeah.
Wait,
I just
here,
leveled,
what about
so I
this? You give XP, but nobody gets to level. Like, you save leveling until people are in safe spaces.
It's not going to get 2,000 XP, which is what I need, so...
Is anyone within like 600 experience of leveling?
I'm like 3,000 off. 4,000 off. No, 3,000. My bad.
There was a little roleplay. Oh, there was combat. There were 6 ice elementals. Right, minor ice elementals.
Either way, we should tally it up to add later.
Right. Let me just find my monster charts here. That is worth these suckers. Here we go.
We captured
6
one of them
them.
too. We got that fancy
Oh
jar.
yeah, you got a jar
yeah.
with one. Okay, so that's definitely worth some extra experience for jarring your own dude. Yaramir has had somebody tickling his mind That's worth some. That's definitely an experience that should be had. Let's see. You struck an interesting bargain with Zaz. It's worth a little bit of experience. You met some friends back in the other place, and
We got our upgraded sled.
Right, sled technology upgrade. Love it. Okay, divided by 4 players. Everybody. Oh wow! Everyone, bring home 1312.
Ooh. Times
And
1.
Is 1443.
1312.
1312.
Which brings the official total for people on Sean to 15,317.75.
Yep.
What are you at?
15,317.75. You know.
Nice.
I'm at
So
14.
you'll level
For those
up
of you
after
wondering
next
about
session,
Ferris,
right?
I'm at 14,153.
620. Yeah, I need 700 XP to level up. Neal, have you decided that you're going to give me weapon mastery when I level or not?
Nope. No weapon
Why not?
mastery unless you go out of your way to get it. I want to.
Well,
No, do we get
we've
mastery but not high
But he'll be
mastery?
eligible at level 5, right?
We've been
He'll just
training
need to-
together though, right? Me and Faris.
Oh, you
but,
got
like,
your ass kicked by Grimes. That does not count as training.
Well, I thought it was we got mastery, but we couldn't do high mastery. Was where you drew the restriction.
I think I mean, not to screw you guys over, but I feel like narratively we should. I'm on board with Neal needing to see something more from you guys in order to like.
I mean, here's the problem with that logic, though. This isn't the kind of campaign where you can do that.
Hey, just we'll spend a segment on some session figuring out Grimes or not Grimes, Ferris and and William
I
training.
mean, if we can hire a carpenter, we can hire a blade master.
There will be. I'm not screwing you guys over. Don't worry about it. Right? Like I hear your complaints. There will be opportunities to get the things that you need. I will make sure that they're included in the story somewhere.
But
so
you're eligible at level 5, right? That's what the
You're
rules
eligible at
say.
level 5, and I will find a way to get you some opportunity in which you can get that mastery, but I do want to include that as a story element rather than just as a thing you get at a level. It will be around. It probably won't be the moment you hit level 6 or whatever, or 5 or whatever it is. But it'll be there at some point, I promise.
All right.
Cool. Anyone have anything to say before we call it a day?
Thanks for playing. It was
for
awesome.
those of you who played
Yeah.
Dwarf Fortress,
Thanks for
they just released an
watching.
update for that. Go check that out. That's all I got. I've just been playing a shit ton of Dwarf Fortress.
Nice. Angband stream on New Year's Day. I know everyone's been waiting for it.
It's gonna be lit.
Trollman returns.
How
You can't
exciting!
kill a troll. You can't kill a troll. They just regenerate.
Yep. I don't know what Trollman we're on. I think we are on. Oh, actually, I can find this. We are on Trollman 22 is the last one we played. So we're going to be starting with Trollman 23.
How long are you going to play for, Neal? All night? 24 hours?
Yeah, it's going to be a 24-hour stream, or until I beat it. You know, whichever happens first.
How
So
do you
we'll be
have
playing for
Angband?
24 hours. No, I've
Yeah.
been playing Angband since like 1996, and I've never beaten it. I've
Wow.
never even gotten to like floor 80 out of the 100 floors there. I'm not a good Angband player.
It looks a little. Is it fun?
If like hurting yourself mentally and emotionally is fun.
If you've never
yeah.
seen it, you should.
I
invest
lasted
in
about
hours
15
or
minutes
so of
trying
your life.
Angband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you playing
That's
in
the-
ASCII or with some of the titles, the tiles?
There was a tile set. I don't remember where I got it, but I got it with the tile set.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it was just very rough around the edges was the general feeling I got from it.
So rough. It is not a forgiving or polite or nice game in any way, shape, or form.
That's what
It's-
makes it great, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not I have played plenty of rough games before, right? In respect to that. I just didn't have the time to commit at the time and I never got
I
back
totally
into it.
get it. And it's really like I think there's something like 60 or 70 different commands in order to play the game. Like
Oh, yeah.
you want to use your wand, that's A for aim your wand, or O for open that door,
Oh,
or
yeah.
E
I
for
spent-
like look at your equipment or something.
I spent almost the entire
mess.
time in there trying to figure out how I was supposed to interact with people in town and buy the gear that I needed. And that was the point where I was like, okay, I don't have time to learn this game right now.
Yeah. It's a rough game. But that's
It's a
it.
game from a different age.
From a
Yeah.
better time. We
Are
are
we-
done.
Are we on
Yeah.
for next week? I hope so.
I believe so.
Because I
Fine
think
by
this. Hopefully, we can do an awesome tower exploration. Because I'm guessing next week will be our last episode of the year.
Are we
well,
not playing?
I'm presuming the 24th and the 31st will not be playable days.
I
Should
think,
also the 17th.
I think
though.
next week is the last week I can do before the holidays.
You can't do
I'll be
17th,
out.
Brian?
I'll be out of town. I'm going to be in Hawaii on the 15th, getting away from this lovely Seattle winter we're having.
Nice.
It's been
and
very
then
mild
and then it's the
this year.
24th,
Which we
and
can't
the
do. The
31st.
31st, which we can't do.
Yeah, so maybe we can even do. Yeah, we'll see what we can.
We'll find
I hope-
something. We'll make it
We
happen,
could squeeze in a
guys.
one shot of some kind in
Yeah,
between.
we'll have fun. It'll work. We'll see you guys around. Bye-bye, everyone.
See ya.
Oh, Reddit thread is going up in a minute or two
Good
here.
job.
I need to think of a catchy phrase to put in. Anyways, bye.
Bye.